This book had the absolute best time travel ending ever. It's number one in time travel endings. I was like, yes! Now, please stay tuned to my September If Then on time travel, where I discuss all the books that I've read in the past, all the time travel books I've read. And if you excuse me just a second, I just gotta. Okay. So, anyways, because I'm doing a time travel thing, and I was going to use, and I may still do it. This is book one to recommend this series. We've read book one, we've read book two, and this is book 3 in the series. And I may hold them both up when I get to it in the series. This has, like, book one is time travel, and book two is not. Some of the same people, but it's not. Book 3 is time travel. And I am telling you, it is awesome. I can't hold my excitement. This was the absolute best ending ever. It was just awesome. And I read it, and I finished it in a couple hours, and then I had, sort of kind of nightmares. Because there's stuff in here that I want to do. I want to do so desperately. Do you have regrets? I have regrets higher than the Empire State Building. And there's some things that I would like to change in the past. And this book does, and it's just awesome. It's just the best. And my voice is going again. So, shall we start? And please, before I forget, because I always forget, please hit the like and subscribe. I need more likes. I need more likes. Tons and tons of likes. So please do that. So this is, like I said, book 3 in the Highlander time travel series. And Lisa, our heroine, is she's broke. She's poor. She's working 3 jobs to support her mother. Her mother is ill. Her mother has stage 4 cervical cancer. And her parents her father was killed in a car accident 18 years ago. And the mother has the cervical cancer. And she's been trying to support her and her mother by working 3 jobs. And she's got a best friend, Ruby, I believe the lady's name is. And she goes to this, she works mopping floors in the museum in nighttime. And she always saves her boss's office for last, because it's the most interesting. And she has to be out by 5 a.m. because him and his pals come in 5:36. And he doesn't want any trace of her in the building after 5. So, but she goes to clean this office this one night, and she falls asleep. And she wakes up to the door opening. And so she's hiding, and they don't see her. And apparently there's this ancient trunk or chest, however you want to put it, that was found and shipped to the museum. And they haven't even opened it yet, so he opens it for this guy. And they see all the stuff in it, and they're holding special tongs or whatever, so they're not actually physically touching the items in the chest. And they discuss stuff, so they leave. And she comes out from her hiding spot, and she touches the flask. Now, in the prologue, yes, ma'am? Come here. What? Come here. Come here. In the prologue, we have Adam, and for right now, we'll call him Sin. Some of these names are so long and I can't pronounce them. So, Adam, we met him in book 1. He works with the fairy king and queen, and they're talking about the Templar objects. I forget now. I wrote them down on the other piece of paper, but the spear and let's see. There's no special editing here. But I wrote this in my other notes. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the spear, the cauldron, and the sword, and the stone. And the other item was the flask. And of course, the flask was in the trunk chest. And Sin supposedly doesn't know too much about curses. And he put a curse on the flask, a return to sender curse, which reminded me a lot of the return to sender that the grandmother put on the go-go boots when Paige put them on, and that she goes transported back in time to the 60s. So he puts the curse on the flask, and Adam has issues with that because it could be anybody. Anybody could find that flask. And unknowns to them, it was going to take 500 some odd years for someone to find it. And so he put a curse on the flask. So when Lisa touches the flask, she travels back in time and she lands on Sin's lap while he's in the bathtub. And his two best friends, Duncan and Galen, know that he has sworn to kill the person who touches the flask. And they argue with him over a couple of chapters on this issue, because if he's going to not follow through on this, what other promises? Because his Templars believe that he's never not followed through on a promise or a duty or obligation, and they're worried that this would make him look weak or something. So, but he kind of sort of falls in love with Lisa, and she's in her jeans and her cap, and it's just cute. And there are consequences. Let me see if I can find this now. Let's see. I wrote all these page numbers down. I don't remember what they all are. Oh, I like this little part. She's fallen in the tub, and she's like, he's in the bathtub, and she's looking at him. And he said, "Stop looking there, woman." Her eyes swept up to his. "Nobody looks like you, and no one speaks like you, except maybe Sean Connery in The Highlander.
Here is your reminder.
See? Proof positive that I'm dreaming. You're a fragment of my overtaxed, sleep-deprived, traumatized mind. I assure you, I am most certainly not a dream." Then later on, she is trying to talk to him about herself. "You must answer me truthfully. Do you know what the flask contains? No. What? Actress or innocent? He rubbed his jaw while he scrutinized her. Where are you from, lass? England? No. Cincinnati. Where is that? In the United States. But you speak English. Our people fled from England several hundred years ago. Once my countrymen were English, now we all call ourselves American. Sin regarded her blankly. A look of sudden revelation crossed her face, and he wondered at it. That's silly of me. Of course you wouldn't possibly understand. The United States is far across the sea from Scotland. We don't like England either, so I can sympathize. You probably never heard of my land, but I am from very far away, and it's imperative that I get back soon. She's worried about her mom. She's worried about her best friend. She's worried about her employment. She's got obligations. And she worries about that most of the book, about her obligations to her mom. And so then he shows he shows her his private room of his private collection. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, that's not the scene. Oh, so Robert the Bruce had shown up. And Sin says, could you do me a favor and pretend you know who this chick is and that she's a long-lost relative of yours? So Robert the Bruce does. And when he does it, he tells the entire clan that he's announcing their engagement. Sin and Lisa's engagement. So they do that. So then, that was the last book. Let's see what else it says. I'm getting a little carried away here. There's this person that's been keeping an eye on her, and it's actually a fae. So that was that. I'm just going to skip over that because it's really not, well, it's important, but it's not something we, Sin is in his private room. We discovered that he is immortal, and that he will, I, Sin Brody, Laird of Thane and Brody, do adhere faithfully to these tenets, never to break them, for if I should, I may tumble headlong into Adam's destructive irreverence and become a creature who holds nothing sacred. I shall not lie, I shall not spill innocent blood, I shall not break an oath sworn. And that's what they're worried about, him breaking the oath sworn over Lisa. I shall not use magic for my personal gain or glory, I shall never betray my honor. The ending is just awesome. I'm so tempted to just share the whole ending with you. And she finally learns about it. They have the outhouses. She's been using the chamber pot the whole time. That was just funny. But she also knows a little bit about history because it works in the museum. And this is the British stuff. I don't know why I wanted to. Oh, wait. The Queen decides to put a stop to Adam's messing. So And the whole time that she's been there, Lisa's been there, she's been trying to go back to her own time because she's worried about her mother. She's fallen in love with CIN, but she's really massively worried about her mother. And CIN tells her he eventually gives her the flask, and she wants the flask back because she thinks the flask is gonna take her back to her own time. So she puts on all her clothes that she was wearing when she was in the museum, her jeans, her baseball cap, and she touches the flask and nothing happens. And he insinuates that he knows somebody, Adam, who might help her out, but him and Adam are not talking at the moment. And what he doesn't know is that the Queen has forsworn Adam to her side because she doesn't want him meddling in this stuff. And eventually, Lisa. Now the guys have gone off to war. Her and CIN are massively in love. But she needs to be taking care of her mother, and that is overweighing anything else. She needs to take care of her mother, and she's just that's just weighing on her mind. So she knows some old rituals, and she performs an old ritual, and the Queen actually answers her cry and sends her back to her normal time, makes her choose. But because her mother is so ill, and because she has to take care of her mother and responsibilities for her mother, she's like torn. Well, then CIN is in the battlefield, and he's sort of kind of attached to Lisa just a little, and he feels her leave. And he understands why, because of her mother. And then at the end of the chapter, Adam comes. At the end of the book, Adam comes. And offers CIN the absolute best news ever. And I'm just bursting to share because it's unique. It is so unique. Most of the time in these books, they have to choose. They have to sacrifice this to get this, or sacrifice this to get this. This is the first book, and it's just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Because I was thinking one of the other books, Allen's, I think it was Allen's, the ones with Lucian and Cass, I think. I've read 15 books this week, or 15 to 20 books this week. I'm like book crazy. But I was hoping that they might do something like this. But Adam offers CIN and reminds CIN of his powers. And it's just the most fabulous ending ever. Ever. I have never, ever read a book, a time travel book, that ends like this. This is freaking awesome. I was screaming from the rafters. And I had nightmares because if I could do this, there's so much stuff that needs to be fixed in my life. So much stuff. All the regrets. History. Although you're not really supposed to play with history. That's what all the shows tell you. The flux capacitor and all that kind of shit. But they're just... I know certain things. I'm like, well, if I didn't do this, this wouldn't have happened. But if I have my memories intact, then But this led to dreams you would not believe. I was up. I was like, "Oh, good God!" I tried not to think about stuff. They always tell you, "Don't ponder the past. Don't live in the past. Don't live in your past regrets. Just think of the future." But I was just, oh, I was just like, yes, yes, the best ending ever. You will never ever see an ending this absolute fantastic in your life. I am serious. It's the best. If you've ever read a time travel book, and we've read 10 of them, 10 different authors that I'll be talking about in September. But this is the ending you want. You want this ending more than any other ending. I swear it. You will want this ending. So, we've been through book 1. We've been through book 2, which I was a little on the fence about. We did book 3. We'll head on to 4. There's 8. There's 8 in the series. I've ordered the last one. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8's on order. I don't know when it'll get here. We'll see what happens. But I am telling you, this is the best ending ever. Absolute best. It's just awesome. Have a good one.